So, hi. There was a couple of things that happened this week, and I've been thinking about them, and something that just happened today, like an hour ago, and it got me thinking, and I wanted to share a couple of things. So, first and foremost, like I've been working through dealing with challenging people and challenging situations for a long time, like, I don't know, my whole life. But I've been especially like focusing on it and like dismantling myself and like taking out the hooks of that kind of thing for like, I don't know, 30 years or something like that. And I wanted to, and I'm pretty good with like the relationships that are in my life where I know there's like, okay, there's someone who's like dealing with a different reality than I am, and I gotta like deal with it a certain way. But two things happened this week. One thing was, one person, I was sharing something that was just like, hey, I feel sad about this. And the person responded, who I don't know very well, responded by wanting to humiliate me. And that was really interesting, the humiliation thing. I know not to like engage with that kind of thing. And I found myself in that moment, it's so challenging to not want to defend, express yourself, like do point by point about like explain. It's like, no, 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 no. There's no good that can come from like that kind of exchange. If someone actually is like, you're a piece of shit, and they want to humiliate and like, dig your face inside of some shit, best thing to do is just like walk away. And I found myself in that moment having to breathe, even though I know this. I had to breathe and be like, Anna, do not bite the bait. Don't bite the bait. So that was challenging, even though I teach this shit. Even though I always feel better after when I don't bite, but during it, I'm like, but. And then another thing, today, like an hour ago, Crazy Town just happened. So I was at the store getting some stuff. And when I came out, there was someone who was in the car next to me, and they started cursing, and they were cursing at me, and they like had some imaginary thing that I thought I was in the car doing nothing. And they got upset, and I made the mistake. This is what happened. I made the mistake of, as she was leaving and cursing and doing all kinds of stuff, I was like, I think you need to take your medication. She kicked my car and dented it. That's what this person did. Kicked my car and dented it. So that happened, Now, there was a lot to finish up that story. There was a lot of stuff that happened. There were people who were like, like filming the exchange. At one point, she touched my shit and I got really, really angry. You have to understand that I grew up in a household that was like highly aggressive. I've been working a long time in like dismantling the default reaction inside of me. This woman touched my shit. And I literally I took off, like a Hispanic woman, just like took off my earrings and took off my shit. I was like, now you're mine, bitch. I'm gonna fucking kill you. And she backed off. People were filming the exchange. That was my day. I calmed myself down. Like literally, I went from high to all right, I gotta calm myself down. This is not going well. And then whatever, people were there. She was not well. I took pictures of her car. She didn't have any license plates or anything like that. The people in the store, whatever. It passed. But I realized when I got back into the car, I was like, knowing when to not speak and when to speak up is a real thing. I called Ken, my husband, and I was talking through it. And then I started noticing that I was doing something, which happens all the time in the spiritual community. It happens in the communities that are all about karma and about, taking responsibility and stuff like that. I started doing this thing where he was like, no, Anna, there's nothing that you did that you're to blame for this. And I was like, sometimes I have blame and responsibility collapsed on one another. And the thing is that responsibility is, there's no shame in it. There's no I'm a piece of shit or a bad person. Responsibility is what did I do there that didn't work? What was most effective about that? What was not effective about that? Okay, what did I learn from that, and where can I move on, from there? Yeah, I wasn't doing that inside of these exchanges. What I was doing inside of these exchanges was like, wow, how did I fuck up? No. No, 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 no. I am not a fuck up because someone like kicked my car and I went like, I mean, listen, I could learn responsibility inside of like, all right, maybe next time when someone's like clearly not so well, I could be like, let me not speak up, or let me just like disengage from this circumstance. I didn't do that. So responsibility and blame. But yeah, those are two things that are like lifelong lessons for me. When to speak up, when not to speak up, and the difference between blame and responsibility. I know how to be responsible. Sometimes I can like fold that into blame. And I am not a bad and wrong human being. Neither are you, by the way. None of us are bad and wrong human beings. Sometimes we do stuff that's not great. Was the medication comment provocative? Yeah. For sure, the medication comment was provocative. They were cursing and giving me the finger when I literally was doing nothing except for just like being in the car. They just were like, whatever. Stealing things from this. They were stealing things from the store and they were doing stuff and whatever. Anyway, I wanted to share both of those things and stuff that I was like just being with over the past like 5 days. 5 days. If you have experiences in your life that you want to share about, I'd love to hear it, and like if it's something that you are challenged with as well. I have a tendency, my default is to speak up. I don't want to say too much, but my tendency is to speak up. Some people's tendency is to not speak up. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm learning when is best to speak up and when is not. It's a skill set that I have to speak up and to speak up well in real time, and some things bear fruit and some things don't, and I'm learning to only use that skill or to reserve that gift that I have when it bears fruit and when it's in service. And so I guess I want to alchemize it and actually like put it out and use this, whatever, to share it with people. Yeah. Anyway. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Love you.